Hi, this is Sunny Wayne Fella, and this is your program just for you. We realize that things are heating up in Liberia, our native land of total liberty, so to speak. But we see over time that our nation is no more a nation of freedom. It seems that Liberia has been hijacked by the incumbent government. It is stated that corruption is on the rise. If you have a government that is so corrupt that now Liberia have dropped from 180 to 140, it seems like we just don't know what is going on in our country. Liberia is a beautiful country. There should be a lot of freedom. But now people go to bed at 6 o'clock. Stores are closed at 4 o'clock. I don't think that is freedom. Freedom, people need to be free to go out there whenever they want. But the government has destroyed this country. Brothers and sisters, let not be fooled by what they tell you or what they try to give you. Because Liberia is truly at a crossroad. The trajectory of our country is declining. It is not even going in the direction. Because people are not getting paid. Now, cabinet ministers will walk into the Senate chamber or the legislative chamber and whisper into the leader's ear, and he will walk out with them, knowing that he's in chamber. What has Liberia become? What has Liberia become? And I will tell you, I was a little boy when Todman, and the rest, especially Todman and Talbot, I was a little child, a boy. I believed fully well that I enjoyed living in Liberia than any other time in my life. Liberia have become a laughing stock around the world. The corruption in Liberia is so surmountable that people cannot even understand what's happening. It has become so bad. According to Daily Observer, it is stated here that Liberia, the index paints a picture of an endemic corruption and ranks Liberia 142 out of 180 countries. And this is a disclaimer. The ranking, according to Central, indicates that Liberia is among the worst declining countries globally in the fight against corruption. That is a shame. That is truly a shame for Liberia to be ranked in this manner. We have leaders in our country, but it seems like they are only there for themselves. They are not there for the Liberian people. They just don't like you and I. They don't love us. And it is clear evidence by what is happening in our country today. It is clear evidence of what is happening in our country today. People are afraid. People are threatened if you speak against the government. If you speak against the government because of the wrong trajectory they are on, or because of the corruption that is killing the fiber of our nation, they get angry and they come after you. I don't know how true this is, but I understand that the motorbikes and motorcyclists and those who are trying to help with transportation in Liberia, because Liberia have fallen so bad that now motorbike has become our taxis. That is a shame on Liberia. I understand that the president ordered for 75 trucks and 1,200 motorbikes to give it out to people to use it so that the motorbike association can join him or support his candidacy for the second round. Why would you want to buy motorbikes to give it out? Why can't you buy taxis? The streets of Monrovia, the streets of Liberia are flooded with motorbikes. People are being killed. People are dying riding on the backs of these things. And you as the leader will go and do such a thing? I just don't believe that it is true. I think it's just a fabricated lie someone told. And I don't believe it because it is so absurd that I can't understand why will a leader of a country decide to purchase motorbikes instead of taxis and buses to flood our streets and our country. That is a shame. That is a total shame. I remember when I lived in Liberia, there were yellow taxis everywhere, like New York. We tend to adopt good things from the United States to inject it into our society and make Liberia good, that many people, they didn't even know about America in a way. They didn't even want to come to America because Liberia at the time felt that it was America. Liberians, where are we? Where are we going? We see the government is in complete disarray. They are now against those who are against them, and not against them personally, but against their way or their style of leadership. It is stated, and there's a disclaimer by Daily Observer, that the three branches of government are corrupt. The legislature, the justice, includes the police, and the executive branch. They are corrupt. And it is written on media globally. Liberia, three branches of government are corrupt. And I'm going to just try to help. It says Central is the national chapter of Transparency International, and its data shows that with the exception of St. Lucia, Liberia has fallen 15 points since 2012. So including Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government and George Manawiya government, Liberia have fallen 15 points since 2012. Also, in West Africa and the Mano River Union, Liberia is the only country that has declined by 6 points over the last 5 years, it says. Within the Mano River Union, the countries that form the Mano River Union, Liberia is the only country that have fallen 6 points in the last 5 years. And the last 5 years have been where? Under George Manawiya. The man left Liberia and went to watch World Cup. For what? 48, 49 days you were out of the country? Is this the person that you think love you and love Liberia? How will you feel? How will your family feel if you as the father got up one day and just left the house for 49 days, 48, 49 days? Under the pretext that he's going to watch one of his sons play soccer, when in your house there is no food. Chaos is just everywhere. How will you feel if you're a child or you're a mother or you're a daughter and your dad did such a thing to you? I don't think you're going to feel happy. George Weah is the father of Liberia. so to speak, because of the presidency. We should respect the office of the president, but the one who occupies this office is a disgrace. There's so much money, $11 million for rice, can't find it. $25 million for road project, we can't find it. The roads are just going slow and slow. Roads that have been finished some time ago, we still don't have roads. I was in Liberia over a year ago. EWA Junction and Red Light was terrible. They claim, they see, it seems that they are working on it. But come on, man. All these years and these roads cannot, until the World Bank president had to come to Liberia because they give money for some of these projects, and the road is still like at a standstill. Yeah, they got some tractors and stuff. How long will it take to start paving those roads? 2024, 2025? In the capital city of Liberia? It is despicable. You know, and sometimes it is so laughable that some people who were in George Weah's government that were fired because of the discrepancy or because of the way in which they handled their offices, or maybe corruption. They were fired. Now they have turned against George Weah and is supporting JMB. And they go on medias and outlets and say derogative things about George Manuel Weah. Yeah, I know he's not doing very well. But you who were working with him and you were fired, and now you have turned against him, cross-carpet and turned against him, and saying things that people don't seem to understand because you were there and you didn't say these things. Why now have you jumped on another new bandwagon and you are saying things against the government and George Weah? I feel it's shame on you. It's shame on you because why? As one of the ladies on one of the show said last night, the train will soon be leaving. But she forgot the adjective. The gravy train will soon be leaving. So those of you who are on other outlets and platforms that is disgracing or talking bad about George Weah's government, you are the disgrace. Because the gravy train will soon be leaving, according to the UP. So now you are on board because you want some of the gravy that will be dripping off. You are corrupt. That's why you are jumping from one place to the next like grasshoppers. There's grasshoppers. You are jumping from place to place because you are so corrupt that when JMB wins the presidency, you think you're going to be a part of that gravy train to go and steal more. Because some of you felt maybe when you were in George Weah's government, he didn't give you enough, or you couldn't steal enough. Now you are getting older, so you need to go and join JMB, so in case he wins, you will be able to get what you can get for your retirement. That is laughable. And I can tell you, Ambassador Joseph Newman Boyka will not win this election. He will not. I want the Liberian people to listen to me. I want you to share this video. Subscribers, thank you for returning. Thank you for being a part and parcel of my media program. Thanks for being consistent. I appreciate you. And those of you who watch my video and have not subscribed, subscribe. There are so many good things that are going to come your way soon, because I will soon be heading to Liberia. So I want you to subscribe and also share my video, because these things that I say, they are very important to the life of our people in Liberia. Liberians are suffering, and they have suffered enough. But people that go out there on medias, on news medias and platforms and say derogative thing about the incumbent government when they themselves were part and parcel of the government. But I want to encourage you, vote Alexander B. Cummings and Charlene Brumskin. They are the best pair that Liberia needs at this time. Don't worry about what people say about them. They're just trying to make stories. They're just trying to say things that will discourage you because they know sometimes Liberians, we listen to these falsehoods and we buy into them. But Liberians are smart people. We are very smart people. Don't give in to those lies and hypocrisy. People sit up there and make statements and say things that is so wrong and so laughable. Don't believe and buy into those things. Liberia is at a crossroad. This election may be the most important election ever in the life of Liberians. Think before you choose. Think before you choose. And I want to encourage every Liberian. I understand over 2 million Liberians have registered to vote. I want you to vote. Vote. Go out there and vote. Nothing should deter you. But think before you do it. Because Liberia needs you. We need a better government. We need a government that will be more concerned about its people. Not a government that is so self-centered and selfish and want to do it for themselves or to have it for themselves. We cannot do that. We just can't do it. Because Liberia has fallen so badly that we just seem not to understand why will Liberians decide to vote for people who do not love you. It is stated here by Daily Observer that corruption in Liberia is on the rise, with most Liberians viewing the presidency as very corrupt. Afrobarometer latest survey shows that the Senate, the House of Representatives, and the police, along with the presidency, were viewed as the top 4 corrupt institutions of government in the country. The survey also revealed that a large majority of Liberians are of the view that corruption has increased during the past year and the government is doing a poor job of fighting it. It went on to say, among key public officials, the police, the House of Representatives, the presidency, the Senate, judges and magistrates, and tax officials are most widely perceived as corrupt, says Afrobarometer, a Pan-African, non-partisan survey research network. 3/4 of Liberians say the level of corruption in the country increased over the past year, a 29% point jump compared to 2018. It says fewer than 4 in 10 citizens express trust in the president and other key institutions and leaders. This is a disclaimer. I'm not the one who's saying it. The people that sit in Liberia or Transparency Group, they are the one that took this survey, and this is what they are saying. The Afrobarometer survey comes as Liberia is ranked above other countries that are yet to make significant progress in the fight against corruption. According to Transparency International, in its 2022 Corruption Perception Index. Since 2012, it went on to say, when Liberia attained her highest score of 41 on the Transparency International Corruption Index, the country has been in free fall, topping the list of countries with stagnated and declining anti-corruption efforts, says Central. And in August 2022, they continue to say, few months before the Transparency International's annual index release, the U.S. imposed sanctions on 3 officials of the WIA's administration for involvement in public corruption. And what's happening to them? Some of them are running to be senator. Liberia, why are we still voting these people into power to make decisions for you and I? Why do you want to do such a thing? Why you want to suffer continuously? You all are smart people. Liberians are clever and smart people. You need to make some real good decisions this time. Remove the incumbent government. Do not elect a recycling person who is not well, and have people that don't have good reputation, good images, people who have done despicable thing and dangerous thing to the Liberian people, causing 250,000 people to die in our country, that is still affecting us today. They are backing such a ticket. Do not be fooled. Some of them use the pulpit to hide behind it because they think God is love. Do not be fooled, Liberians. People make themselves pastors. They go to Nigeria and come and say, I'm a pastor, I was ordained. Why couldn't Liberians ordain you if you were so much of a good pastor or a good reverend minister? When you go to Nigeria, after doing such a despicable thing in our country, destroying the life of our people, and they are supporting JMB's party. Why would you want these people to lead you again after this kind of atrocity that was committed by them? Look the other way. Pick Cummins, Gonglo, Moniba. These people will help Liberia to grow, to be better, to change. I know it won't be an overnight thing, but it will be better than what is being said here today. It is stated that the section statement noted that Mr. McGay, who's running to be senator, I believe of Bond County, during his tenure in government, bribed business owners, received bribes from potential investors, and accepted kickbacks from steering contract to companies in which he had an interest, and used government funds to run his own projects. Liberians, let's be sensible. Let's be smart. It went on to say, meanwhile, the Afrobarometer survey finding also show higher levels of popular trust in religious leaders, the armed forces of Liberia, and traditional leaders than in government officials, the courts, the police, and the National Election Commissions. The low level of trust in the National Election Commission comes as the country heads to the polls on October 10. Amongst almost 9 out of 10 Liberians, the survey shows think the government is doing a poor job of fighting corruption, a 30-point increase since 2018. Fewer citizens, according to the survey, perceive corruption as widespread among non-governmental organizations and religious and traditional leaders. Is that the government you all are jumping around here say you want to re-elect? Since 2012, Liberia have been dropping. JMB was the vice president. Do you want a parked car, as he considered himself, to lead you? A parked car is immobile. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. That's the leader you want to lead you? A man who say they squander opportunities? Is that the man you want to lead you? Or men who try to get rid of, to dismiss and expel the leader that held his hand up high during their elections when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was president, took him from wherever he was and made him her vice president for 12 years. And you all today, when Ellen did something good, you praise her. But then when it didn't go your way, you'd say bad things about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now they were paying $15 before Ellen Johnson Sirleaf regime. You all claim that from $15 to $200, from $15 to $150. So that part was good, right? But other side where JMB didn't do anything, the 3 sections that they gave him in the government to run and to take care of, he didn't do anything. It all failed. And that's the man you want to lead you? Liberians, be smart. Don't mind these people who go on media, social media, and say rubbish and garbage because they were in the government before. They were in Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. Some of them were in George Weah's government, and they fired them because of their incompetency. And now they're saying despicable things and terrible things about these people. Don't mind them. Go Cummings and Charlene Bromskin. Vote them into power, and you will see the difference in Liberia. People's life will be improved, as the late President William R. Talbot said, from mat to mattress. And maybe this time to a better mattress. Not the soft one, but the extra firm mattress. Vote Alexander B. Collins. Vote the CPP. They are the one Liberia needs at this time. They're going to change this country. They're going to make this country better. I promise you, they will. But I just want to admonish you that even if these people get in power and things don't seem to change over time, I will sit here and I will tell them the truth. Not because I support them, so I'm going to sit on my hands. No, I will be a critic of their government. And if they don't do what they promise, I will be the number one person that will come against them. I promise you that. So let's rethink. Go to bed, sleep off it. Don't just jump and start to endorse people because you feel that when they were there and you guys were riding motorbikes, so it is good. We need taxis. We don't want motorbikes. Come on, man. We need taxis and buses. We don't need tricycles. Our country is not it shouldn't be limited to motorbikes. And you all are going to vote into office someone who claim that, oh, I used to be a motorbike driver before. Who cares? Motorbike is not putting Liberia on the international map of better country, a good country, where everywhere there's motorbike and people are being killed and they are dying from accidents riding motorbikes. Why are you people making Liberia to feel that it's a village? Why are you doing that to our country? Why are you making Liberia a village where motorbikes will be plying the streets? Why don't you bring taxis and buses and trains to upgrade the standard of our country and our people? Let's be smart, Liberians, for you are smart. You are people who think. Don't jump to conclusion. Vote Cummings. Vote CPP. Thank you.
I'm a blow no can you after yeah, this is a place where I know, where I live and this where I grow. Since now I see the sun and the moon, Mama la be where you are in my boom. I feel shine over our mountains, hills and down our valleys, rivers and the ocean. Free and beautiful forests, colorful with animals.
Nature beneath peaceful blue skies,
with rainbows and driving this richness. Oh, oh, oh. With songs and percussions that keeps us around the who fire.
and night under the moonlight.
That's why we tell the story. That's why we boy got no see, boy we acknowledge. We go, we eat the leaf, the root and the fruits. Preserve for the days of old. Yeah.